Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 9 of Civilization 5 as Babylon. In the last video, with the war with Rome, we nearly lost Nepal to a city-state. Still quite possible that we could. They'd have 2 melee units and 3 range. We have managed to buy the walls and it might give us the defense we need just to survive it. But I really don't know whether or not we will. We might lose that city. We are still going to try and take Arretium just because we don't want to end the war not having taken anything, because that'd be a little bit stupid. If we actually had money, we could upgrade this guy to a long swordsman, but alas, we do not have the money, so we can't do that. We are still in negative happiness. It's only by 1, but it is giving us a combat penalty, which is a real pain. Rome do still have a lot of units around here. I'm just basically trying to jig units around so we don't really lose anything. The main problem we've got is there's a lot of jungles and forests and things around here, which cause some problems, but hopefully we just manage to keep everything that is ours and not lose too much. I'm just watching this city with bated breath at the moment, because they could potentially do a lot of damage with their ranged units. I guess it depends how good these walls are going to be. So they have 2 melee units. They now have 1 melee unit. Right, they didn't manage to capture the city. Now that is absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to start doing is, well, we definitely want to sink that, but that hardly has any health. We do much more damage with the city. So let's use the city to start attacking some of the units that are here. And we'll use the garrisoned crossbowmen to finish off the ship. So they've got no melee units here now. So even if they take the city down to 0 health, they can't take it. That's what we want. We also want to finish this guy off because he is potentially a colossal pain. Didn't quite manage to get the kill on him there. Now what we probably want to do is, we could take another shot at the city here, but we'll probably lose this unit. I'm not willing to sacrifice a ton of units to make this happen. So we are going to start sort of backing off. Ideally, what we probably want to do is peace out. I was trying to be a little bit sneaky and grab this from Rome, but I just don't think that it's going to happen. He's not willing to negotiate peace yet anyway. We do far too little damage to it with crossbows. We really need to be able to get in there with at least trebuchets, maybe even wait until we get cannons before we can do that. Hierath has actually declared war on him anyway, which is fantastic. Luckily, he's actually firing at the long swordsman, which is really good for me, because that means that he's not actually doing damage to this guy. Unfortunately, you are taking a little bit of a bashing, but we can move you back out on the next turn, I suppose. Looks like they do have another couple of units that they're trying to move in with. We really do need to make sure we get rid of every single melee unit that they can attempt to send our way. This actually may be enough for them to grab the city. I really hope that it isn't. And luckily it wasn't. They actually lost their unit there. These are all ranged units that are coming in. Once again, they do have a land unit down there, which we could do with sinking if at all possible, but let's just try and do all that we can to remove some of their firepower. Not an awful lot that we can do here. We could potentially get ourselves, I mean, we don't have enough money really to go and buy a ship. What we could have done possibly was gone and bought ourselves our own ship, but it's way too expensive. We don't really have anything we can trade to get it either. What do we want to do over here? Do we want to keep firing at the city? I mean, we're barely making a dent on it. You can do that quite safely, I think. You are probably going to get killed if you don't back off. So you are going to have to back off. You, we could put back in the hope that they target you instead of the crossbowman there. You can come back in on this turn but can't fire. I think I'll just wait until you're actually at full health. You need to recover somewhat. We will try again with Caesar and see if he is willing to negotiate peace yet. No, he isn't. Maybe we can get somebody else to go to war with him. Who is he at war with at the moment? Babylon, which is me, the Iroquois, England, Austria. Are you currently at war with anybody? No, you're denounced by Rome. Would you be willing for me to click on the right button? Possibly. Would you be willing to declare war on Rome? No. What if I was to give you 10 gold per turn, for example? 15? No, I'm just trying to get as many people to distract Rome as possible right now, but I don't think that's really going to work. I guess we could build a farm here. We'd still keep the production, so it's worth it. Really need to get that Colosseum. We've got some serious happiness problems going on right now. It's not very often I have problems in happiness problems in my Civ games, but it does happen. He's doing exactly what I thought he would do. He's going for the swordsman there. I cannot do enough damage to take this city. It is not going to happen, and we're very, very possibly going to end up losing this city here. So what I might end up having to do is bring units back to recapture this city if I do lose it. I'm really hoping... Yeah, he has managed to take it, which is a real pain. Fortunately for us, it's only taken by a city-state. So, you know, we should be able to take that back relatively easy. It's a bit of a pain, but we can try and grab that back. We are going to start moving our units back up, because we want to go and use our units to try and take this this city back here. So everyone's now going to back out. We're going to start moving everybody away from the borders here. It will take a little bit of time because of the crappy terrain, but we should be able to get back over here and get a unit in. They don't have an awful lot around. It's a real shame that we lost that, but we are actually going to lose it completely, because they're actually burning it down, and there's nothing I can do to stop that unless I can grab it in a single turn, which I cannot do, because even if I had the money to buy a cavalry unit, that cavalry unit wouldn't be able to get it until the next turn. So we are actually going to lose that, which is really disappointing. So we will actually have lost a city, and that's the first for me. It's not very often I lose cities in these games, but yeah, they're raising it. So that will be gone on the next turn, sadly, which is fine because we can always go and rebuild it, but that's a lot of production lost. That's a real shame. Yeah, but again, the only reason I wanted that in the first place is because I wanted to have a coastal city. We will still, of course, carry on firing at any units that decide they want to sort of head in our direction. And you can't see over the forest, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a shame. So let's go and untick that. Let's keep moving these units back. We are going to have to do a little bit of a rejig and a reshuffle with some of these units anyway. Move you up to there. You can move on to that side. At least we've got some units that can attack if they decide to move in a little. Let us see if we can get a peace with him. He isn't actually willing to make peace. Okay. So we lost a city out of that. That wasn't ideal. He's still friendly, oddly enough, at the moment. Let's just make sure... Yeah, we have pieced out with Manila, that's fine. Swordsman, you want to upgrade to a long swordsman, definitely. Now, the question is, do I actually bother with another settler? You want me to continue buying copper off you? I need the happiness, actually, so we'll carry on. He doesn't seem to hold grudges, which is fine. But yeah, we're definitely going to need to try and grab this. Everything would have been fine if I'd have actually done what I was originally going to do and bribing that city in the first place. Declaration of friendship with Shaka. Now, that is tempting, but I'm going to say no, because I think you're a little bit too militaristic, and it might backfire on us if we have a declaration of friendship with you, even though it would be nice to get the additional... research agreements. That said, we also need to save up enough money to get another research agreement with Austria, because things aren't going so well right now. Let's try and get some of these units into our other cities, because if we have units in cities, we won't be paying as much money for maintenance. As for everybody else, we'll just try and heal up where we can. Long swordsman, you're just going to go on to alert for now. Of course, we don't have as much in problems of happiness now that we have a city less. Maybe we'll just stick with 3 cities. I really can't see the AI settling a city over here. It's a possibility, but it would be nice to actually grab those fish tiles. Well, the AI can't settle a city over here now. That's settled. It's not actually possible for them to do it. We could also... just go and attack Manila. And take their city from them. because they have pearls. And that's not actually a bad idea. I don't usually attack city-states, but given they've raised my city, and that's a much better city location than this one, I actually think I'll go and attempt to take that. So we will still need some siege weaponry. So we have a plan. What we're also going to do is we will get the... Don't need open borders with you. We will get the mine finished off there when we can. We're also going to remove these 2 sections of road because we don't need them now and we're paying maintenance for them. Of course, it means we also lose one of our cargo routes, which is a little bit of a shame. So we're going to have to deal with that as well. Not the end of the world, though. Crossbowman, I think you can stay... Actually, we'll bring you up here for now. Because we will need you in the war against Manila. Crossbowman, you can stay there. Crossbowman, you can stay there and heal. Very, very annoyed with Manila. I'm annoyed with myself for not making sure that they weren't allied to Rome. But there again, I wasn't actually expecting to have to declare war on Rome on that particular turn. It was only because they called my bluff because I had so many units around their borders, which was just a silly misplay on my part. But that is fine, you live and learn. Choose production. Babylon has finished the observatory. That's really going to help our science. What I think we want to do now is we don't really want to delay this much more. Let's go ahead and get the Writers Guild. We'll go on to the next turn. Nope, still don't need open borders. Now, the good thing with city-states is because they only have one city, even if they have a load of ships and units, you don't really have to worry about clearing out their units. Now, when you're attacking another civilization, unless you're attacking their final city, in which case it's not a problem. If they've got more than one city, you have to make sure that you, when you take a city from them, that they don't have a lot of melee units around it, because they could just capture it back. The problem is, all I have to do is get this down to 0 health, run in, nab it, and it's mine. All their units disappear, and they can't take anything else from me. So, that is basically the plan. Crossbowman's just going to stay down there. Swordsman we will upgrade into a long swordsman, because we are going to have to upgrade them into musketmen soon. So let's keep that in mind. We don't really have any growth going on over here. I guess we can now. We can actually allow some growth if we can work the right tiles. I'd mainly stifled the growth because of happiness issues, and we do still have happiness issues, but not as much as we did before. But taking on Ondaga is probably going to be really, really good for us. That is a fantastic city, but I think we need to wait until a little bit later in the game before we attempt to do that. Let's go and see if we can work some slightly better tiles here. Let's not work this tile. Let's go ahead and work one of the food tiles, which will be slightly better for us. Let's go ahead and do that. So it will grow now, slowly, but it will grow. And I think you guys can just stay over here and just keep a watch on things. They do have crossbowmen, actually more advanced than Rome were when we last attacked them. Units needing orders. You have finished that mine. Let's go ahead over here now and grab this other plantation. Might be able to sell that citrus for something. You guys... I think you guys are actually just going to stay here for the time being and just protect that in case Rome decide to attack us when the peace treaty ends. At least we don't need to get as many workshops everywhere to build the ironworks now, which will be good for us. So how many cities do you have now, Rome? 11. So they've only managed to grab one extra one. You still at war with people? You're still at war with the Iroquois and England. Didn't take anything from the Iroquois, though, did you? There again, the Iroquois haven't taken anything from you either. You do keep taking damage to this city, but you never actually managed to lose it. Choose production. We have finished the workshop over here, as expected. Let's go ahead and get an observatory. We really want to try and get as much science as possible. It's part of the idea of playing as Babylon. Unit needing orders. You have finished the mine. I would suggest... Well, let's go ahead and get rid of these road sections that we don't need first. Then we'll come back and we'll grab the other mine. Because we're not going to have a city here anymore. We're going to have a city over here. And it's going to have iron, and it's going to have pearls, and it's going to have fish, it's going to have sheep. Quite a lot of hills here, actually. We could, if we wanted, turn some of these farms into mines and actually get a little bit more in terms of get a little bit more in terms of production. So we'll see that as it comes. The Writers Guild is finished. Do we want to go for Oxford University? We really want to be working these university slots now, though, is the other thing. We are starving if we do that. What tiles? Let's not work that production tile, and let's work the... we could work that one. That'd be good. Give us some more science there. What about our other cities? Can you're not working any of the decent slots. You're now starving. So what if we stop working the production slot and put you in that slot? Yeah, that's fine. And this city, you've got a university as well. Now you're stagnating. So what if we stop working... Have we got a pure 3 food tile that you can work? No, but we could stop working the mine, I suppose, and put you in a food and production tile, or just put you on a food tile. It's going to be quite slow, but it'll grow you, so that's fine. You're going to remove that section of road. Oxford, that's what I was going to ask. Do we want to try and get... We could use it to sort of free grab navigation. It's not going to be all that useful to us right now because we don't have a coastal city. But it is the most expensive tech we could grab, and we would need it at some point. 14 turns to get chemistry, 1 turn to get gunpowder. If we go gunpowder into chemistry, that's 15 turns. When's the research agreement? 29 turns. How long would it take us to build Oxford? 10 turns. So let us spend... Let us get a market, get some more money coming in. And then after the market, we'll queue up Oxford University. And then hopefully, we'll be able to grab fertilizer, and that'll help us with some of the food and stuff. Yeah, not really an awful lot you can upgrade in this city to make it useful. I guess we could... that's on a river. We could go and get a farm down there. I suppose that would be semi-useful. So let's go on to the next turn. Definitely still going to come for Manila now. Very, very annoyed by these guys. It shouldn't be too difficult to get in there and attack them, as long as we're careful. There we go. We've discovered gunpowder. Education has been stolen. But we don't know who by. Construct a farm. Well, we know it wasn't... Actually, we don't know who it wasn't. Only need 1 person with education to actually get the research agreement. So we don't technically know who it was. Let's go on to the next turn. So we'll actually get some extra production from mines. And we'll be able to build cannons. And then we can use those cannons against Manila. That's the plan. So we're actually attacking city-states a little bit here to try and get something done. Walls of Babylon now at work on Akkad. Akkad's actually stagnating, which we don't want to happen. Although the production here is quite slow. I guess we could give up a little bit of the gold and just get food. I mean, we're not exactly broke. You can go ahead and get rid of that bit of road. Technically, we shouldn't be paying for that bit of road because it's not in our territory at the moment, but... Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah, Hiawatha's just completing everything. Embassy with Rome, why not? Yeah, I definitely think we'll be trying to grab Onondaga as soon as possible. I think all of the wonders he has are in there. We'll definitely end up having to go against Hiawatha at some point. What's his army like? He has the most population. He doesn't have the most... Well, obviously, of course, Shaka has the most soldiers. We have the least. So we do still need a bigger army. Won't actually let me remove that road, which is good. It means I'm not paying for it. So let's get over there and we'll get that mine, and then we'll go and get... is that a floodplain? Well, it's on a river, so we can go and get another farm down there. All good stuff. In the meantime, though, he is trading with us, so we'll allow that to carry on. We don't need open borders, though, so we can go away with that. Ah, Shaka's declared war on us. How delightful. And you're going to come and attempt to grab a cad, are you? Well, that's interesting. We do need to protect our workers. So let's start backing them up. And let's start bringing our units forward. He's got a lot of jungle and stuff to get through, so I'm not terribly concerned about Shaka trying to attack me. And he is still running around with impies, so, you know, he's not in great shape. So, of course, we've lost another trade route now, so we're going to have to get trade routes rebuilt. He's going to come and pillage the citrus, probably, which is a bit of a pain. But I'll just let him come to me. That is a big impy carpet of doom. Okay, we do have a unit inside. These guys are going to take quite a while to get here. So let us try and hit the ones that we know we can hit. Let us move you forward and take another shot. Need better roads. Can we get you down here? Yeah, we can actually get you down here for make a bit of a defensive position. Impies are quite strong. It's definitely got to be said. You guys need more than anything just to hightail it out of here. You can go down there and work on that farm. We do need the walls of Babylon here. We can't actually afford to... Well, we can afford them in a turn or two. Let's actually cancel them. And let us go ahead and see if we can get ourselves a... Let's start working on another musketman, actually. In fact, can we actually upgrade these guys? Not on this turn. And I don't think I have anything spare that I can sell. Apparently I have got a spare citrus. No, I haven't got anything spare. And I don't want to go into... Well, we do have some spare happiness. So what I might actually do... Let's go to you. Oh no, we need someone that we have a declaration of friendship with that we can just sell to outright. So let's go to Maria. You do have a tiny little bit of money. If I give you my last salt and I take all of your gold and also 5 gold per turn? 4 gold per turn. Okay, at least that now gives us enough money to buy walls here. Musketman's going to take a very, very long time to build. It's hardly worth it, but we really do want to try and hold back these impies. This might once again be another short series, guys. Things are not going well. He can't get us because he'd have to cross the river or move into a marsh, so they're safe for 1 turn. Suppose all we need now is Rome declaring war on us. Wasn't going to hit next turn there, but you know how it is. You always end up doing it when you don't expect you're going to be doing it. So they're moving in with a lot of units. Getting themselves some nice flanking bonuses that we prefer they didn't have. Throwing spears at me. Impy really are ridiculous. Right, we did get a promotion. We're probably not going to survive the attack, though. And here's a load more units moving in. So that wasn't very good. They are actually attacking the city. It does have the walls now, though, so that will help. Would you look at that carpet of doom? Okay, so apparently we've got some problems. You guys need to get out of there. There's not an awful lot you guys can do except move over there, I think, and just sort of defend. Can we upgrade you? No. You guys are probably going to get screwed. Let's do what we can do over here. They actually have archers, but the impies are our biggest problem. So let's go ahead and try and do as much damage to the impies as possible. We've managed to kill off an impy. Doesn't help an awful lot. Let's go ahead and bring this other crossbowman down. We're definitely going to need him. But that is all we can do on this turn, so I'm definitely going to end it there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5, and I'll see you on the next video. So, until then, goodbye for now.